Alrighty, y'all. We are live for Florida at Toronto, Game 5 of the 2-2 series. Not surprising in this one. It's starting to look like we have a Winnipeg St. Louis style home team wins kind of thing going on. So there's that. Also preparing for what I already know will be the Vegas loss tonight. And it's not that I'm like, oh, Debbie, no. Reality is, and I want to be clear right off the bat because we're going to be dealing with it later. Vegas is going to lose. Vegas is getting knocked out tonight. Florida 3-2 win. I'm going Toronto 4-2 win. It is just right now, home team has the advantage the same way Winnipeg and St. Louis did. So I'm going with the home team. I think that's how these games went. Now I feel like a jackass because I really... Edmonton 2-1 overtime. It won't take overtime. It's going to be 5-1 Edmonton for sure. Like, I'm not even flinching at the fact that Mark Stone is out for this game. Saad won't be in. Braden McNabb and Pietrangelo are playing even though they're questionable. So I know there's a delay, but you've got my opinion. Toronto wins at home, Vegas goes home. And so that's what I was saying a second ago is as we watch tonight, there's zero surprise when Vegas gets their shit kicked in. And it is what it is. Like, I resigned myself to that fact about halfway through the last game. Vegas just isn't playing well. They may have had one game where they kind of looked a little better than they have the rest of the playoffs. That's it. They have looked like garbage all playoffs. So they've had a couple of shining moments, but it's over. They're going to lose in Vegas. Shame. Oh, well. Yeah, get that out of the way now. We'll do a repeat at the start of the Vegas-Edmonton game. Just to make it overly clear as much as possible. Low expectations today. And I don't even feel bad about it. It is what it is. But yeah, this is one of those where last time when it was Winnipeg and St. Louis, and this was the same theme. Home team wins. I went against both sides, and it was home team wins, and so I'm just guessing that's what it's going to be here. Just this series versus the Panthers, he's actually tested Bobrovsky's from all over the ice. Believe most of his outside shots and the top of the circle shots might not have made it through except for a couple. But Matthews had 0 goals in the series. Something I did want to check. See if player safety is saying anything about anything. I'm sure. Yep, there it is. Domi was fined for $5,000 for that boarding on Barkov. So playoff percentage has not changed much. 25% for Toronto, 23.3% for Florida, and Florida has the better. Florida has the better PK percentage at 87.9. Toronto at 79.3. Toronto with the face-off advantage. However, when it comes to scoring and goals against, Florida is well ahead of the Maple Leafs. So I'm expecting actually, let me look real quick. 2-0 in Florida the last game. It went 9 goals, 7 goals, 9 goals, 2 goals. And that actually really surprised me last time that it ended up being a 2-0 game. So I feel like something like that might be reasonable. But again, we're in Toronto, and in Toronto, guys were scoring. So I'm going to take 4-2 Toronto with an empty netter. And we shall see. Now, again, when it comes to Edmonton and Vegas, 2 goals, 4 goals, 4 goals, no goals. I don't know. Vegas is, I don't know. Vegas is going to need a miracle. The goalkeeping is not on the level that it should be from Aiden Hill. And the defense has definitely not been what it should be. Too many crashing chances for the Oilers. Too many guys getting free. Too many repeat chances right in front of the net from Aiden Hill, giving up rebounds. All of it. It's all a disaster. I'm not looking forward to the game tonight, but it is what it is. I definitely wish I saved the beers for tonight. However, I did not. So, boo-hoo. All right, so I'm not sure if we're watching the home feed or the away feed. We will be finding out right now. I guess we're going with the home feed. Honestly, it's funny. I was thinking about it today because, I've been irritated with the Knights since the last loss, obviously. And so, just thinking about it, and it's like, man, you know what? I hope the Knights lose. I'd rather them lose in Edmonton than in Vegas. I'd rather that be where they get knocked out, but let's just lose. And that way, I've got no attachment to the playoffs anymore. We can just hang out as neutral, sorry for the whistle, neutral observers. Just calling balls and strikes. No, obviously I'm biased. I mean, everything. Obviously, I'm going to be biased to the Knights, but once they're out, we'll be able to keep it nice and clean and even and just enjoy some very good, much better than us playoff hockey. Ooh, make sure that I've got everything muted the way it should be. I do. Cool. All right, they're getting ready for the anthems. We get ours first, and then Oh Canada. And the door. The barrel. Wait for it. Wait for it. Nice! Yo, Alexandra, go Leafs, go. Hey, cheers to you, buddy. I'm in a tough spot because I used to like Florida. Now I very much dislike Florida, but I want a U.S. team to win. But I really don't want to cheer for Florida, but I am absolutely rooting for the Maple Leafs. So little bit of an emotional back and forth for me when it comes to who I want to jump on the side of with this one, but cheers, buddy. I do want to see Florida lose. Let this series be 7 games. Plus, I don't want Florida in the championship 3 years in a row winning back to back. I just don't want it. But your boy Matthews needs to start. Like, he needs to hop on the ball and get going here. He's got no goals in the series. All right, they got to go through the. All right, I need to start. You know what? Maybe that's something I'll work on, figuring out how to do polls, and we'll start doing a first goal. I should have done that from the beginning. Do a who's gonna win. Do a first goal poll and a who's gonna win poll. Yeah, I'll definitely need to figure that out. Dude, that still irritates me. That blast with the elbow to the back of the head. That was so dirty. That was Kulikov. Who's that on Benoit? I think it was Benoit he hit. Or no. It was oh, maybe it was Benoit. I think it was Tanev now that I think about it. Anyway. Sarah Bob in the net. Joseph Wool in the net. All right. Let's go. Yeah, let me catch back up to the day I'm supposed to be on. And Florida gets the puck in. Riley back as it's tossed up front to Marchand by, damn, who's 15 again? Lindell, right? Lundell. Lindell is Dallas. Okay. Puck into Wool. He throws it up to the low wall where Riley is going to toss it ahead. Roy just beating the... Or no, sorry, that's Jones. Just kind of beat the shit out of Nyes right there to keep the puck just across the Toronto blue line. Riley sets it up. And Matthews is going to take it. Back to Marner. Across... McCabe trying to throw it towards the center of the net. It stopped out front. Reinhart back the other way. He's going to go all the way around the net on the boards. Tanev, first one there, but Barkov wins the battle. Florida gets it to the high point. Low point. Kulikov looking for something to do with it. Takes it down the low wall, and Tanev is going to get it behind the net. Sets it for McCabe. McCabe trying to get it out. He doesn't quite. Caught on the blue line by Florida. And they lose it. McCabe behind his own net after settling the puck. Up the boards. Lorenz passes it ahead to Lawton. Stick goes off. Lawton skate. Or Lawrence is skate on the pass back. Good recovery through neutral as Toronto dumps it deep. Forsling loses the battle to Lorenz under the net, but recovers well. Benoit now has the puck in the low corner. He's going to send it to the high point. Ekman Larson back down low. Ekblad from behind his own net gets it to Kachuk, who gets it out to Verhaeghe, just out of Verhaeghe's reach. Maple Leafs recover in their own zone. Benoit up ahead on the low boards. Lorenz in. Loses it deep. And most of Toronto goes for a change. Ooh, good pressure. Keeps the puck in the Vegas zone. Kulikov working up the low boards. Riley has it. Hits skates as he tries to send it on net, and the puck ends up on the stick of Wool. Toronto trying to clear out of the zone on the low boards. Stopped by Florida at the point and finally kicked out. Nosek gets in, gets the pass ahead, and a big shot. I don't recognize Gatchevich. Oh, he was in last game. Never mind. Turn quick shot by Greer. Ends up hitting Gatchevich. And now Riley's going to recover from behind his own net. McCabe back to McCarley. Sorry, McMahon. Too many mix. Florida takes it in neutral, dumps it deep. McCabe chasing it back. Marchand ends up taking the McCabe pass that he was trying to get to Tanev. Now Tanev down low. Paddling with Marchand, and Marchand wins. Pacioretty gets it on the low boards. Jones puts him under pressure. McCabe has it to the high corner. Toronto cannot catch passes. There we go. Finally, they do. Pacioretty into the Florida zone. Goes off of Bob's glove as he tried to catch the pop fly. But Florida's going to make their way back. Reinhart chasing it deep. Marner breaking in with Matthews. He forgets the puck when he goes to shoot, and the loose disc ends up on the stick of Ekblad. Puck bounces from the blue line. Barkov sends it wide of the net, up to the high boards. Reinhart trying to hold off Matthews. Matthews comes away with the puck, gets it to Nyes. Nyes into the Florida zone. Trying to catch up with it behind the net. Does a good job to put Mikkola into the boards, but Florida picks it off on the high wall. All the way back to the Leafs zone. Oh. We're going to have an offside. I got the offsides on Florida because the puck hit the linesman. Okay. That was kind of a weird situation. We're going to have a face-off to the right of Bobrovsky. Career shooting percentage in the playoffs. He has 0.0% against Florida. 9 career playoff games versus Florida. He's a 0.0%. Matthews needs to score. Shot from Tkachuk. It's going to go off of Carlo, go wide. Up to the point. Schmitty sends it. Stopped by Wool. Puck knocked away to Lawton. Lorenz has it. He tips it up. Schmidt's going to slow him down. Kulikov back, trying to run away from Lawton. Loses a glove. Turned over by McCabe. Schmitty falls down. Makes a good play on the puck just to disrupt the momentum. Puck comes down to the low corner. Domi fighting off Bennett. Gets it up. Puck to the high point. All the way down to McCabe. To the high circle. Domi gets his stick stuck and he couldn't shoot it. Gets a backhand follow-up. And Bobrovsky fights it away. Schmidt out of the zone. Turnover in neutral to Toronto, but McCabe fumbles it. So everybody goes for a change. Tanev and Benoit back for Toronto. Tanev gets to the red line and dumps it in behind Bobrovsky. Tavares trying to fight for it. Florida wins it. Nylander trying to get it down low. Tavares to the low corner. Pacioretty's there to help out as he beats Mikkola. Tavares up to the point. Benoit across the blue line and dumped in deep by Ekman Larson. Puck is turned over. Greer sends it all the way down, and we have an icing. No icing. Not very sure. Not really sure how that was not an icing call, but they wave it off. And they wave off the icing the other way, as that one didn't have enough steam. That one was an icing, or it was not an icing. The other one I'm confused by. Lustrinen takes it deep as Carlo hits him. Battle below the Toronto net. Toronto comes away with it, and Laurent sends it up the high board. Comp. That's who that's the new guy. Comp. I say new guy. That's the guy that has. I'm like, man, so one of these numbers, we haven't seen this in the playoffs. It's number 64 for Toronto. Comp. He's not your comp, he's mine. That's probably a bad joke to make on YouTube. Oh, man. All right, commercial break. Dude, it rained like crazy. We had a nasty hailstorm. It was wild. And then it was dry. So all this stuff grew. And then it got windy as hell. So my allergies have been kicking the living hell out of me. I finally had to start. I'm like, okay, let's start doing the allergy pill thing. And unfortunately, like, the only thing that allows me to somewhat breathe, which I don't know if you can tell how nasally my voice is, but is Benadryl. And so I got a little Benadryl and coffee. It's fucking upper, downer, anxiety, stressor, depressor combination. So this should be fun. I'm sure by the time we get to Vegas, I'm just going to be thrilled. But I mean, so far, not too exciting. 13:02 to go in the first. And in 7 minutes, we have one shot apiece. 2 face-off. We're about to have our third face-off in 7 minutes. This is the kind of hockey I like to see. The last 6 minutes of this period are going to take 4 hours. I just know it. Toronto comes away with the puck in their own zone. All the way out. Jones is going to chase it down behind his own net. Nice with a solid hip check. Jones skates right through it. Good hip check, but he had to squeeze him to the boards. The hip, he bounced right off and gave him the room. A little bit of a delayed play to take a shot. I believe that was Tanev. Marner gets it to Matthews. Trying to get it back to Marner. If Nice kept going, that was a great pass, but he checked up. Good pressure by Kulikov, putting Nice, gluing him to the board. See, now we're talking. Oh, sorry, that was not Kulikov. That was Mikkola. However, Marner comes away with it, makes a great pass, trying to get it to Benoit, just out of his reach. And Barkov kicks it up high, going back the other way. Reinhart shoots and misses the net. Sorry, that was Verhaeghe. Again, I'm having trouble seeing these numbers. Bennett shoots, misses the net. Puck to the point, to the middle, Verhaeghe. Another shot that goes wide. Looks like it got tipped up and out of play. 11:45 to go in the first, and finally one of these teams are at least taking chances. Verhaeghe came in with speed, and that's Nylander, way over pursued. Shot from Verhaeghe ends up hitting the crossbar, but way over pursued by Nylander. And then Bennett goes the other way off the post. All right, so as of right now, Florida knows. I mean, I know Florida knows they can beat Wool, but this game, Florida is already, you're hitting post twice, he's sleeping. Just get pucks to the net. I'd rather have you miss the net than hit him in the crease type things. Oh, Wool gives up a puck right out front, fought away by Pacioretty before Lustrinin could come in. Ekblad gets it poked away. Nylander alone. Shot stopped by Bobrovsky, and the follow-up by Tavares is not successful under the pressure of Marchand. Florida headed back the other way, jump behind Wool. Decent hit there for Lundell on Riley. But Riley gets it to Carlo. Back to Riley at the blue line. Up ahead. Misses everybody. Oh, I guess it was tipped in. Schmitty trying to get it out. Good kick. And the puck is dumped in. I already forgot that dude's name. Leafs. They have the man advantage. Just throwing a little too high. McMahon tries to get it over too. Fuck, how do I not recognize? Like, I think that's Nylander. No, Robertson. That's Robertson. Damn, dude. Everybody's jerseys are folded. I'm seeing 7 instead of 77. 13 instead of 23. Struggle is real. Jones brings it in. There's a Leaf down on the ice. Sought out the we got a save by Wool. Domi is covering his face. I'm very curious as to what happened because I saw the get together up high. What up, Slim? Dude, there's a delay to camera and everything. Bro. So fun, yeah. That is absolutely a high stick by Barkov to Domi that just got missed. But dude, so wow. Okay, I'm realizing I've got more work to do on my OBS. But my computer crashed in the middle of a Windows update. So whether I was really wanting to reinstall Windows or not, guess what I got to do yesterday? Puck all the way down. Benoit chasing, and that is close, but probably a good call as Jones beats him to wave the icing. But yeah, dude, I had chilling, brother, about a shot. Oh, hang on, my phone kicked on. Spent all day, 22 feet, a little dusty, dirty, rumbly. Hey, brother. Tell you what, if you have a beer laying around, make sure you have one for me. An extra shot or something. Take a dab or a bolski. Yes, like it was, I mean, literally, that happened. I tried to let it repair itself. It couldn't undo what it did. So I had to go through and take care of it. But then when I did it, it ended up saving to a hard drive instead of my M.2. Like somehow my C drive and my D drive got flipped. So my C drive was my M.2 and my D drive was the hard drive. And for some reason they flipped. I have no idea how it happened. But so I started I didn't realize it. And I was just saving everything to the C drive. And so everything like Call of Duty got saved to the hard drive. Fishing Planet to the hard. Everything went to the hard drive. So I had to fix that. I had to go through and change all that shit. Man, I'm just realizing how, like I said, it took dude, I had 15 scenes depending on, are we watching a Golden Knights game or are we watching somebody else play? Is it intermission? Is it first intermission or second intermission? Are we watching a movie? Am I recording? What am I doing? All of that's gone. Yeah, at least an SSD, or is it a spinner? The hard drive's a spinner. So I still haven't gone through and fixed that, but okay, I see. Yep. Okay, I see what's wrong. So I got to remember to fix the settings for the next stream. Because I can at least see what's happening. But yeah, no, it's a classic hard drive. And like I said, I guess when I saved the boot file, there wasn't enough room on my M.2. So I had to do it to the D, and it just, woof. Yeah. You check, see if you have a restore point from like a month ago. That would bring it all back. I still have all my stuff. As far as I can tell, I have all my things, so I'm not really too worried about it. I know it'd be better for like put it this way: if I'd have asked you, and I wish I did, yesterday before I started rebuilding OBS, I probably would have done that. But I didn't even think about that, so I was like, fuck it, just redo everything. But I did get everything. I haven't crashed playing Fishing Planet or messing with Warzone yet. So there is, that part at least seems to be fixed. Now I just gotta relearn. I gotta find everything that's not set correctly and set it. Time to get it fresh anyways. Yeah. Yeah, now I've got stuff that's all. Who is that? Lawton and Martian going at it. But yeah, it's starting fresh is what it is. I like that's, or what you just said. It's probably time anyway to get some new, especially since I know what I want and how I want it. I can just, it was much more efficient, and now my layout's much more efficient. Nice, so it's a Warzone night then, possibly, maybe, perhaps. Oh, yes, or mayhaps. Yes, sir. That is the intention. Vegas plays Edmonton tonight. Game starts at 6:30, which means 7 o'clock. So it really depends on how they play, but our captain is out, so we're gonna lose. So it may even be a much earlier Warzone night for me. But yeah, I was going to join you yesterday, but when I re-downloaded Warzone and it wouldn't work. So I had to delete it and re-download it again today. But yeah, dude, I had so much fun playing Warzone the other night, man. Like, I haven't enjoyed when Stidgy and Wolf and I started doing PvE together. I really started having fun with Tarkov again, and then that faded. And right now, that hanging out and playing Warzone the other night has got me jacked on Warzone. Like, that's the most fun I've had since starting PvE with Wolf, which is the first time I've enjoyed video games since the last time I enjoyed Warzone. You know what I mean? So I'm very much looking forward to another to drop it in again. Oh, Wool makes the glove save, but does not catch it. Gonna say I told you so, but I also expect it to be that fun again. Yeah, really. Man. Like I said, once I saw Verdansk was back, hold on, Domi feeds it to Pacioretty, gets a shot saved by Barkov. Carlos sends one wide. Forslings gets it to Kachuk, and Florida is going to settle in their own zone. But yeah, I absolutely 100%, dude. And it really does have a lot to do with you and Ray. That's like I've said it before that if Stidgy and Wolf downloaded it, I would download it. And he's pretty much said he wouldn't do it. So then when you came in and said, bro, download it, it was like, oh, there's two people that could get me to play. Oh, with this last night, he got it out. Nice. Fuck yeah. Ooh, a little bit of a trip right there, but they're going to let him play. Camp. Into the zone. Pass back down to Camp. Out to the middle. Benoit shoots and he misses the net. Holy shit. I say 60% if the game's fun factors who you play with. Absolutely. And I'd even admit that that's on the lower side of it too. Because, like, bro, Fishing Planet. It's way more fun when it's like Stidgy and Wolf and our boy Josh, and we're all sitting in Discord just drinking, talking shit, you know? Like 100%. Well, okay, 100% is a bad phrase to use with this, but 60% of it at least comes from who you play with. Oh, he made the shoulder save in the puck. So, okay, I thought it came out of his glove. Dude, that pass from Camp to Benoit, it goes. Benoit tried to go low on Bobrovsky, and he hit his skate. He had the size of a basketball backboard to shoot at up high, and he decides to go low. What happens? Bobrovsky makes the save. Fuck yeah, I don't. But yeah, man, that's like I said. If it's fun, the timing was funny because D and I were talking about downloading it or Stygian Wolf, and then you pop into stream and it's like, bro, download it. So, like I said, it went from okay, there is another person that could talk me into this, and it just flashing back to running Alcatraz and fucking around with snipers and just having a good time. All right, Florida's going to make their way out of their own zone. Up ahead, one-on-one, shot on Wool, stopped. Puck comes out towards the middle, whacked that twice. Fought off by Wool. It ends up behind the Toronto net. Trying to get a backhand towards them. Florida just keeps trying to get the puck to the net. They finally score. Ekblad with the go-ahead goal. And in this very important Game 5 road trip for Florida, they strike first. Dude, over and over again. Here, puck. Wool makes a shot. It goes back out to the middle. Swatted on. Wool makes a shot. Goes to the backboards. Toronto can't do anything with the puck. Matthews flails. Barkov makes great plays. And finally, the puck ends up far enough away to where Wool can't just be on top of it. And at the same time, Boquist goes right in front of him. Everything about that was a great job from the Florida Panthers. And a very poor job from the Leafs. Dude, we had three face-offs in the first 7 minutes. And then we're getting ready to have our 8th face-off in the following 8. Not bad. Not bad. Oh, scoring for the Florida Panthers, Aaron Ekblad. Assisted by Reinhart and Boquist. Shot. Rebound comes right out front. Good save, Bobrovsky. Florida's heading them back the other way. The third man catches up to make the numbers even. Puck comes right to the center for Toronto. One-on-one the other way. Nylander gets shut down by Nate Schmidt. And we got an offsides by the solo man, Nylander. Oh, man. What is this? I do need to figure out, though, how I'm going to level up guns. Because, like I said, I need to figure out what the cheapest way to just unlock the HDR is. Like, from there, I'll work on it, but... Let's see, Hang on one second. All right, I'm gonna get moist soapy. Ooh, I hope you're thinking of me, because I'll be thinking of you. Yeah, enjoy that image in your head when you pull back the curtain, the shower curtain. I'm gonna be standing there to hand you the towel. Mm-hmm. Asking if you got anything tasty in there to eat. Mm-hmm. .433 to go in the first. Shots are 14-4 Florida. Toronto not doing anything to help out Wool, who has just been, I mean, very good. Very good for it to be 1-0 right now, the way Florida's been attacking and just abusing the skaters for Toronto. Tanev goes back behind the boards all the way around. Robertson trying to get it out. He can't. Marchand keeps it in. Finally, Toronto does get it to neutral. And it's tossed all the way down. Lustrinin sets it for Kulikov, who from behind his own net plays it to the high boards. Nate Schmidt to the red line and in. Wool stops it, goes to the high corner. Up the high boards, and it's going to go all the way back to Jones in his own zone. Florida, ooh, good little poke by, who is that? Camp. Now Toronto's headed back the other way. Camp into the zone, tries to leave it back, goes off the skate. Ben Wall from the, just across the red line, dumps it in. Lawton trying to chase Mikkola down. Mikkola gets it out, and the changing, who is, I can't see a number. Nylander just cutting up the ice. Jones takes a shot to the back, which he usually takes shots on his back. This is a little change for him. Down low, Pacioretty trying to make it out of the zone. Takes a little bump by Ekblad, but he sends it too far. Forsling's going to touch it up for the icing. Just under 3 minutes to go in the first. Nylander did a great job right up until there. I mean, that wasn't it wasn't a good bump or anything, but little interference in the way of shutting him down. Slow. Moore just kind of got in his way, though, so. Damn, dude, the highest guy for Florida is averaging 26-18. That means Florida's got, that shows you the range that Florida has, or the depth. It's not even the depth. I say the trust in their depth. They don't have guys playing 32, defensemen playing 32 minutes, you know what I mean? So Varus trying to get out. Under 5 on this one to make a quick 40. Hey, good luck, buddy. I don't think that's going to happen. I could see it happening, though. Tanev makes the red line, dumps it in. Matthews chasing it down. Versus Mikkola. Wins the battle as Mikkola falls down, but, ooh, clearing attempt stopped way short of the blue line. Matthews versus McDavid and Verhaeghe. Florida wins it. Jones gets it up to Lundell, who hits the red line, dumps it in, and Marchand's down low to try and play it. Puck comes towards the net, fought off. That's a trip by their own man. I don't know. I think that was Nye's stick that tripped Marner, but I'd like to see it again. We got the typical group of that's going to happen from here on out after every whistle because Florida can't help themselves. Granted, that time might have been Marner. Let's see. Nope, it was 100% Lundell's stick. I absolutely missaw it, but that is going to be a trip on Lundell. Power play to Toronto. Oop. All right. Toronto wins the faceoff shot quick from between the dot, their circle and the blue line. All right, let me get this back down here. Tavares goes back to the point. Toronto controlling in the Florida zone. Back down to Tavares, looking for something to do. And Matthews tries to go across the ice. It's picked off. Reinhart, back check by Nylander. And Toronto's going to reset. Man, Matthews finds his playoff game. No kidding. Great way to see him play, but it goes to the playoffs. Yep. Especially in this series, he has been non-existent. He hasn't quite been a zero factor, but it's pretty damn close. 45 seconds to go. Puck comes up to the net and it goes wide. Stopped by Bobrovsky. Where's my timer? Under 30 seconds to go. Winnipeg still has it in the Florida zone. Where is it? Hang on. Under 10 seconds to go. Puck comes all the way back to Wool. He's just kind of gonna hang out. Marchand's gonna get an extra little shot in there, and we are going to intermission with Florida having the 1-0 lead. And we've got 17 seconds to go on the Maple Leafs power play. Bobrovsky doing an incredible job to reset back in front of the post to carry that block in. So, yeah, Florida completely outplaying Matthews, just completely outclassing him. Matthews, Florida completely outplaying Toronto. As of right now, we are looking at shots 14-5 Florida. Woof. Block shots are 11-3 Toronto. So in the first period, in the first period, Florida has 14 shots and Toronto has 11 block shots. They are getting their absolute asses kicked. What's up, Mercs? So you're going to have to see some big changes. I mean, hits are 18-17 Toronto. Giveaways are 8-5. That's a big one the Leafs are going to have to shut down. We say that with every game. But the Leafs have to shut down the giveaways. But also, Florida has 5 takeaways. Like, other than the face-off, which Florida's losing by 3, they are dominating everything. Giving up a couple opportunities on the power play. So if Florida wants to enjoy the win, stay 5-on-5. That's not going to happen. But as of right now, Toronto hasn't scored, but there is always going to be a chance of that with them. So they got very good opportunities here. So Florida, stay out of the box. Otherwise, just keep doing what you're doing. I mean, especially with hitting the way they're hitting. Toronto has a habit of getting scared, so you end up seeing them one-handing a lot, and you'll see them on the boards bailing away from the hits. Let's take a look at some other stuff happening. Okay, couple of interesting things going on there. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, ba, da, bow, bow, bow. Da, 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 da. Oh, I did want to go away for a cigarette, so I am gonna do that. I will be back very shortly. Hang tight. I'll see you guys soon. Alrighty, y'all. We are back. Okay. Oh boy, we keep getting closer and closer to the Vegas Edmonton game, and I just ugh. Don't really feel all that excited about it. I said earlier, man, it doesn't really matter. Vegas is gonna lose. Already accepted it. We will sit here and take it as it comes. And then once it's like 3-0 again, we'll hop over to Warzone and watch the disappointment in our own building while we at least have fun with some friends. Shot attempts are 33-12. That is insane. I mean, at least the Leafs have half of their shot attempts on net, but what was it, 14-12? So 26 threatening shots, like threatening enough to block them. All right, it looks like we are going to be watching the home feed. See, the smelling salts, like there's a time where it's almost where you're doing a little too much. Like the smelling salts are supposed to make you react, like lickety split. But when you're shoving them up your nose and you're like, it's like, okay, I don't think they're doing too well for you. You can see how well I can breathe through my nose. Good fucking Lord. Like I said, the allergies have been killing me. 10 seconds left on the Toronto power play. Leafs out of their own zone through neutral. Marner up the low wall. Gets stopped up by Forsling, and it is forced out as Lundell comes out of the box. Reinhart makes it in, swings it around. Lundell back to Reinhart. He lets it go up towards the point. Florida still has it, trying to feed it up the gut, and it misses everybody. Toronto able to get the puck ahead. Camp sends it to the high dot. Shot fought off by Bobrovsky. Another shot hits the post and goes all the way back into the Toronto zone. Great follow-up attempt for Toronto. Hits the it ends up hitting the pipe. Florida dumps it in from the red line. Verhaeghe trying to get in on Carlo. No go. Little hip check taken as Toronto goes into the Florida zone. Lorentz ends up on his ass. And Florida's going to come out. Tipped a little too far away, but it ends up right on Wool. Carlo gets it to neutral. Thought we had a chance, but Florida changing behind the scene, or circling up behind the scenes. Saves it through neutral, and we have an offsides. Damn, dude. 2 posts. I thought Bobrovsky made the save. Nope. Toronto now has 2 posts in the same sequence. Oh shit. Forgot to kill the timer. Whoops. I got to do some property stuff on that. I guess not. You know what? I do need to. Fed out front, Pacioretty misses it. Sorry, I just got taken up with a whole bunch of other stuff. Verhaeghe gets it across the ice from the top dot. Wool makes the save. Puck goes to the low point. Toronto coming out fast. Nylander with a shot. Stopped by Bob. Rebound. Fought off by Bob as well. Tavares had a chance to follow up and get shut down. Lustrinin able to flip the puck out. Tanev whiffs on it. So Marchev and Tanev are going to have a foot race. And Tanev wins. McCabe cannot settle the puck on the high wall, though. Back into the Florida zone. Forsling gets it to Lustrinin. He feeds it to Ekblad, and it's dumped in. Wool's going to cover it off the bounce in the corner. Feeds out into the crease. Dude, my allergy meds are kicking in, and I can feel ooh. Oh, shit. Face off to the left of Wool. And we're going to redo it. Good grief. Florida wins the reset. Shot on net shot goes wide. It's not on net if it goes wide. My bad. Tanev getting pressured in the corner. Barkov gets it. Boquist just went down out of nowhere. Florida able to maintain. Just puck going up and down in the wall in the corner. And it makes its way to the point. Ekblad resets. Nyes over pursues. Shot stopped by the bodies out front. Barkov across to the low dot. Reinhart went for the pass to the spot next to the crease, and nobody was home. Good job by Tanev to tie up Reinhart as Verhaeghe comes flying in. And now Bennett from the high corner. Oh, shit, what is going on with this feed? Wool able to swallow it up. Puck just going back and forth around the corner. Ugh. It's getting time for a new phone. Florida wins the face-off to the right of Wool. Kachuk throws it on net. Wool gloves it and covers it up. And we've got everybody going at it again. Dude, the first 7 minutes, there were 4 stoppages? 5 stop? I think there were 4. Now, Jesus, we can't play 2 minutes of hockey. Face off again to the right of Wool. Bennett gets kicked out. The one thing I will say about Toronto is they have their uniform sponsors, at least their equipment sponsors, figured out. Because they're sponsored by Oreo and milk. Battling in the Toronto zone. Finally, the Leafs come away with it. Lawton across the blue line. Trying to carry it deep. And that should be a penalty. Bennett just straight up cross-checked him to the ice. What the hell was that? I guarantee you the refs don't call Bennett for anything. And that 100% Should be a penalty. It's been a penalty in every other game of the playoffs when the whistle is long since blown dead. A guy skates over and cross-checks somebody else to the ice. Unreal. Florida just doing what they please. No worries, guys. We're safe. Again, the NHL proved that Florida can do what they want when they suspended Hagel without suspending Kachuk. Oh, I know what's going with that. I know I'm having an issue. That's on me. Gotta reopen everything. Oh, no. There we go. Dude, Toronto's just getting their asses kicked now. Forsling all the way back first. So the low boards back into neutral, but Tavares is able to get in and beat Forsling down low. Marchand there to disrupt the pass. Trying to get to the low point, and man, this feed is just fucking up. Ekman Larson gets it deep. To the middle of the point, Ekman Larson swallowed up by Barkov. Ooh, this is gonna be tough, dude. I'm falling fucking asleep right now. Oh, goodness. This is just this. The first period was great. This is just dragging. Tanev down low, trying to get it to Matthews from behind the net. Matthews tries the backhand reach around and loses it. Florida's able to clear. I'm pretty sure it's called a wraparound, not a reach around. But, I mean, I'm sure Matthews is familiar with either expression. McCabe fakes it, then shoots it, ends up in the glove of Bobrovsky. 14:38 to go in the second. Shots are 17-10, Florida. Alrighty. Face off to the right of Bob. Florida wins it. Greer can't get the puck off the board. Low boards. Finally does as he dumps it in. Florida is dominating everything about this game. Oh, one second. All right. Face off to the right of Bob. And Florida gets kicked out. Oh, no. Tell me we got TJ and Wes. Dude, so, is it a cross check or just an old school ass whooping at the front of the net as a blue jersey went to the ice? Nice, tips it in. Dude, Jones beats Matthews. Nice. To the point, across the point. McCabe shoots, does the exact same thing we saw just a minute ago. He lines up, fakes it. Guy goes past him. He shoots low to the glove side of Bob. Oh, Florida trying to get through neutral. They finally dump it in. Man, this has turned into a really boring game. All right, 14:20 to go in the first. Tell you what, let's do this. I'm going to do this and then add BRB to it because I'm going to be a minute. Okay, my bad. Looks like this is turning out exactly how it should turn out. Again, I was taking the home team advantage because that's how this is played out, but Florida ain't having none of that shit. Of course, we are going a minute and a half, 2 minutes between stoppage and puck drop because Florida can't keep their hands to themselves. Not that Toronto's doing a whole lot better, but fuck me, guys, come on. Let's just make our way through the period already. Toronto wins the faceoff from the high circle. Marner to the middle, shoots. Puck goes straight up in the air off of Bobrovsky. Nice, gets there first. Reinhardt's going to settle the puck on the high wall and make his escape. Wool goes to play it. Might have ended up being pretty bad, but it worked out. All right, I'm gonna be done with this one. It's 3-0. I said I was gonna bail out when it was 3-0. I'm gonna try and close my eyes for a couple minutes. I tried so hard to be here for this game, man. I cannot keep my fucking eyes open. I don't know what the hell is going on. So, not really missing too much here. I mean, I said, this has been a rough game for me. It's usually not as shit as it is right now for me to just kind of hang out and enjoy the hockey, but I'm just dragging ass. I feel like I did last week when I was sick, but this time I know it's the allergies. Like I said, we got a bunch of rain. Then it was nice and warm for a couple of days, and then it got windy as shit. So my allergies are kicking my ass. My allergy medicine is making me even more tired. So I need to hang out. Florida won. Of course, I was wrong. So they've been horrible in the playoffs. Did a pretty good job throughout the regular season. Did horrible in the playoffs. And now Domi is going to the penalty box, so it's about to be 4-0. I'm bailing on this quicker than I'll probably end up bailing on the Vegas game, which, again, I expect nothing. It's a good call, Domi. Stop bitching. All right, we'll see you guys later. I'm out. I'm sorry. I've been very inconsistent for the playoffs, and that's on me. I know, but it's about to be 4-0. There's no point in watching it, so I'm gonna catch up on some rest real quick before we go to Vegas. So I'll see.